I want to share some market timing ideas with you. I'm not a market timer at all. Done some good research on this stuff. I just can't subscribe to it just because market timing tends to eventually make smart people look stupid. So I want to just avoid trying to time the market in any way. But this is important to know. There's something called sell in May and go away. What this theory is that nothing good in the stock market happens after May. So just move your money to cash, come back again later. Some people call this mommies to mummies, meaning that you want to avoid the stock market from Mother's Day to Halloween. Some people say just get out during that time period, kind of like sell in May and go away. And then they say come back during turkey time to tax time. So that's the idea behind some subscribers of this market timing theory. So let's kind of test this. Over the last 50 years, how has this worked? Well, the mommies to mummies has had an average rate of return over the last 50 years, according to BlackRock and Morningstar, and I'll put this research up there, an average rate of return of 3.9% during this mommies to mummies time period. The turkeys to tax time period has an average rate of return of 8.5%. So you can make the case based on the last 50 years that this sell in May subscription, this idea actually has merit. And then, like I said, these things tend to make smart people look stupid. So had you done this in 2024, your rate of return, I'll put 2024 here, your rate of return, so suppose you subscribe to this theory, you would have lost 1% during this time period, and you would have missed out on a positive 14% rate of return. So although this theory is interesting in nature, it tends to be flawed as people try to invest according to this market timing model. It tends to be flawed when typically at the peak of conviction. So I want you to avoid these market timing strategies, but just be aware that this is kind of some things that is in the background in the markets. But the reality is that with tariffs and geopolitical risk, all this stuff's thrown out the window. I do subscribe to the idea of sticking with your plan, staying the course, and remember, you absolutely think different when you think long term. Have a great day.